Good morning, everybody. I know it's been a long time since I've posted, and I still have my uh, soap video to finish up. I'm still experimenting on some things. But today I'm going to show you how I do lard. Um, this bag of lard, pork fat, this has got regular pork fat, and preferably you want to use the leaf, L-E-A-F, the fat around the kidneys. I don't mind so much when I make lard. Tallow, yes, that's all I want to use. But this is frozen. It's still frozen. And I'm starting to thaw quickly, so I need to get to work. And I could get a meat grinder out, but I don't want to. Too much work. And it's just going to be a lot easier for me to chunk it up. As you can see, I got a lot of cast iron here. This is what I do. These are the pieces of the pork fat that I have already chopped up into small pieces. Just need a good sharp knife, and if it's partially frozen, it goes right through it. I'll come back when I get all of this cut up and this bag full. I actually have 2 more bags. I don't know off the top of my head how much this is going to make, but hopefully we'll finish this project cut up. And I have this, not really a Dutch oven, it's just a deep skillet. And I've got 2 this size, and I don't know if you remember that great big one, it was a 14-inch. And so we chunked it up. The old farmer helped me cut it up. And like I said, you want to do it when it's frozen, partially frozen. It's easier to cut. And one thing I want to say, you can go to the grocery store and buy the pork fat, or go to any butcher, excuse me. My friends here just go to the meat department at the grocery store. But I have a friend, when he butchers his home-raised hogs, so I know, and he's where this meat or whatever comes from, he just saves some of the fat for me, and knows that I like to make stuff more the organic type. Anyway, you put about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of water, which keeps it from sticking. And then I'm just going to put my lid on it and put it in the oven and let it start to cook. I'm going to show you what I've got in the oven so far. That's that great big skillet, and then those 2 smaller ones, and they are completely full of the chopped up pork fat. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and bring one up to the stove top and start working with it. I wanted to let you know, this is the last one that I put in, by the way. So man, I was surprised how quick that's working. I've got my oven at 350. But there are many different ways of doing lard, rendering lard. Some people put it in their microwave and let it go on low. Some people do it all stovetop. Did I say microwave? I'm sorry. They put it in crock pots. And I've done every way, and this way just seems to be the easiest. It's easier the smaller that you chop up the pieces of fat, because it'll cook down quicker. And don't worry about that water. You can kind of see now it's that's part water and part fat. That water will cook off. You just put it in at the very beginning so that the fat won't stick to the bottom. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and stir this a little bit. I actually might open up the others and stir them. I'm kind of excited to see how quick that started cooking down. Because sometimes this can be a 2-day process, just because you do it so slowly. I'm going to open up that first one I put in, that great big skillet, and let's take a look at it. It's just so heavy, I don't like to drag it in and out, but I may go ahead and process it first. I've got my first quart of lard done here. It looks yellow now, but wait till it sets up. This jar is very, very hot. Very hot. So what I've done, in here, we're getting to the cracklings. I'm sure people have heard cracklings mentioned or had them. And when you're making lard and you do it the old-fashioned way in a skillet like this, you're frying off or cooking off the fat, the liquid, the lard, and what you'll have left in the end is golden brown crispy cracklings. And a lot of people like these. You just add a little salt and pepper to them. But I'll show you what I'm doing for now is I take a ladle and I'm going over just to a fine strainer. And I'm letting the liquid drip into this Pyrex cup. It's a 4-cup measuring cup. And when I get it full, then I put it in here. And I didn't show you the first time because it was kind of an experiment. I don't have any cheesecloth and works great. So when I get another quart jar ready to fill, I'll show you. And guys, this is how I store it. It won't seal. It might, because my jar's hot, everything's hot. When it cools down, it might seal, I don't know. But I just store it in the refrigerator until I'm ready for it. And then I just bring a quart jar up here and use it, set it on the cabinet and use it as I need it. I got another pan out and put just like I did before, I took a scoop, let the melted lard go into the jar. There's the pan of cracklings. And now, typically, I go through with like a strainer, like you just saw me do, and then I run it through cheesecloth. I didn't have any cheesecloth, and I used these flour sack towels. And so when I made my cheese, this is what I used. So I thought, well, surely it'll work for lard. So far, it has worked quite well. And I guess I should show you what I did, is I always use a wide mouth jar. It's just one of my wide mouth canning jars. It just came out of the dishwasher, so it's hot. I certainly wouldn't pour anything into cold water, cold jar, because that would make it crack. And then I'm just slowly pouring this melted lard in here. And the reason you want to do that is to make sure you don't get any little particles. There'll be little bits of meat, I guess the best way to describe that. And I'm slowly filling. And I'll try to show you here in a little bit what I'm talking about, those little tiny bits. I've let it set for just a couple minutes to try to settle down the biggest. But can you see that sediment? I don't want that in my lard. I want pure snow white lard. Anyway, I'll finish doing that. I'll put a lid on it and I'll keep on cooking down the cut up. Done. I can't believe it. I have done so many different ways of rendering lard. And I do believe this is going to be the new way I do it, is put them in, after I cut them up, put them in the oven, get them going good, and then bring them up and start skimming that lard off. That's probably the fastest I've ever done it. Crock pot takes a couple of days. And here's my cracklings. I am going to work on those some more, either later this evening or first thing in the morning. I could probably get another pint out. And I want to crisp up the cracklings. I don't like them. They taste like pork rinds to me, which honestly, that's probably what pork rinds are. I don't know, but that's my guess. And anyway, I will go over here and show you on my messy cabinet what I've got so far. 4 quarts and a pint. And when I get back from Bible study, I'm getting ready to go there now. I'll show you what it looks like after they've cooled off. Hey guys, it's the next day, it's Thursday, and I just wanted to finish up this video basically and show you. Here's what the lard looks like when it solidifies. Just a beautiful creamy white. And there's really no odor to it. wanted to show you a couple things that I really like about lard versus, especially shortening. I just can't do Crisco anymore at all. And most oils, I don't care for most of the oils. I noticed this when I first started making my own lard, is it's so light, and I don't know how to explain it, but if you rub it between your fingers, it's just a really light. And if I use, I've got some canola oil here, and I've got some olive oil, neither of which I care much for, especially the canola and vegetable. But they're so heavy. You put this on your fingers and they're just really heavy, and of course Crisco's just like a big grease blob. But anyway, I wanted to get this up. I hope I get it up tonight. Could be tomorrow. We've been out cutting and splitting firewood all day. It's supposed to have snow on Sunday. So we're getting ready for winter around here. Alright, now remember, I am not a professional. This is just the way that I render lard. And like I said, I've done it several different ways. And what I'll be doing is putting these jars in the refrigerator. I'm going to use this one first. And but somehow 3 of them sealed. And those that have watched me before, I test by tapping on the lid. That one didn't seal. And I don't think the seals are all that good. I wouldn't trust it to set on the shelf. But it'll be in the refrigerator. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my videos, and thanks to all the new subscribers. I just appreciate it so much. I'll try to do a better job with videos, but I have more fun watching others and commenting. Bye-bye.